Chapter 14, The Riftbound Journey. The first light of dawn cast long shadows over the cracked, uneven road leading out of Ironhaven. The group traveled in relative silence, their steps steady, but weighed down by the looming threat ahead. The Riftfall region wasn't just dangerous, it was cursed. Stories of adventurers who ventured too close only to return, hollow-eyed and broken, hung in the air like a dark cloud. Mina walked a few paces ahead, her handheld scanner beeping intermittently. So, fun fact, the Riftfall region's magical energy density is so high it could theoretically mess with basic bodily functions. Aaron glanced at her, his brow furrowed. What does that mean? Mina stopped walking and turned to him with a grin. It means you might feel queasy, hear phantom whispers, or lose control of your bladder. No big deal. Aaron's eyes widened. What? Kayla groaned, pinching the bridge of her nose. Mina, stop freaking him out. Mina shrugged. I'm just saying, it's a possibility. By midday, the group had reached a dense forest bordering the Riftfall region. The air grew cooler, the canopy of leaves above filtering the sunlight into soft green hues. As they walked, the hum of the shard in Mina's containment box seemed to grow louder, faint but persistent. Suddenly, Ruin froze, raising a hand. Stop. Kayla's grip tightened on her halberd, her voice low. What is it? Ruin's eyes darted to the trees. We're being watched. Before anyone could react, a hail of arrows rained down from the canopy. The group scattered, diving for cover as masked figures emerged from the undergrowth, their weapons drawn. Rolling to her feet, Syndicate scouts, figures they wouldn't let us walk in without a fight. Deflecting an arrow with his sword. Why is it always ambushes? Kayla charged into the fray, her halberd spinning in a deadly arc that forced the attackers back. You should have stayed in the shadows. Ruin melted into the forest, reappearing behind one of the archers and dispatching them silently. Ruin amateurs! Mina tossed a gadget that released a burst of bright light and an ear-piercing screech, disorienting the attackers. Science wins again. Though his movements were less refined, Aaron held his ground, parrying blows and delivering clumsy but effective counters. Not bad, right? The fight ended quickly, the remaining scouts retreating into the woods. Kayla wiped blood from her cheek, scanning the treetops. That was just a test. They'll send more. After the ambush, the group continued through the forest, their pace quicker now. Mina's scanner beeped erratically, signaling the increasing magical energy in the area. The readings are spiking. Either we're getting closer to the Riftfall, or the forest is about to explode. Kayla glanced at her. Can you stop saying things like that? Suddenly, Aaron yelped and stumbled, his foot caught in a snare. He dangled upside down from a tree, his sword falling to the ground. Help! What is this? Kayla stifled a laugh, her hand on her hip. Looks like a trap. I know that! Get me down! Mina snickered, pulling out a small tool to disable the mechanism. Hang tight, rookie. I'm on it. As Aaron hit the ground with a thud, Ruin picked up the fallen sword and handed it back to him. You're lucky they didn't bait it. Lucky, right. By late afternoon, the forest gave way to jagged cliffs overlooking a churning river. The path narrowed, forcing the group to walk single file. The shard's hum was louder now, and the oppressive energy of the Riftfall region pressed against their senses. Kayla led the way, her steps steady despite the crumbling edges of the trail. Keep your eyes open. The Syndicate could have set traps here. Mina, walking behind her, adjusted her goggles. This place screams death waiting to happen. Just saying. Aaron, third in line, tried not to look down at the sheer drop below. Can we not talk about falling? As if on cue, a loud crack echoed through the canyon. The ground beneath Aaron's feet gave way. and he slipped toward the edge. Kayla! Kayla spun, lunging forward to grab his arm just in time. Her muscles strained as she pulled him back onto solid ground. Locke, if you fall, I'm not diving in after you. Noted, Mina smirked. He's like a magnet for danger. By the time the sun dipped below the horizon, the group had found a sheltered cave to make camp. The shard's hum was now a constant background noise, faint but impossible to ignore. As Kayla and Ruin took watch, Aaron and Mina sat by the fire. Aaron stared into the flames, his thoughts heavy. Do you ever feel like you're not good enough? Mina raised an eyebrow. Constantly. Why do you think I make gadgets? It's easier than swinging a sword. Aaron smiled weakly. I guess I just don't want to hold everyone back. Mina nudged him with her elbow. You're doing fine, rookie. And if you mess up, that's what we're here for. Just try not to get caught in any more traps, okay? Aaron laughed softly. I'll try. As the group prepared to sleep, Aaron felt the now familiar pull of the shard. The hum grew louder in his mind, and a faint voice whispered at the edges of his consciousness. You are closer, closer to your purpose, closer to me. Aaron clenched his fists, his heart racing. He didn't know what awaited them in the Riftfall region, but one thing was certain, this journey was far from over.